Alright, sup everyone. So today I'm gonna give you the ultimate guide to the Yoi bass, right? You hear it everywhere, it's been around for, forever, but you think of Death Pact, you kind of think of the Yoi bass. So that's what we're gonna do today, and yeah, let's begin. Alright, and to start everything off here, you're just gonna throw open Serum here, put on oscillator A, and might as well put on B as well. So they're both just gonna stay as sawtooths here. So for oscillator A, just throw it down 2 octaves here, and throw up the unison all the way up to 16, and set the detune, around here, like 0.04 or something, right? None of these values need to be super exact, so you can kind of, tune it to your liking. And yeah, that's really it for oscillator A. Then move over to B, and all you really got to do for B is just put the level kind of around half or so, right? So next we move on to the noise. So we're going to put on bright white, which is located kind of top in analog. So throw on bright white, and you're just going to want barely any, like 4% noise or so. And I just pitched it up a tad bit, so like 76 or so, kind of whatever sounds the best to you. Then you're going to move on to the most important thing, right? The thing that makes the Yoi, the filter. So for the filter here, obviously formant filter, but you want to make sure you select number 1, formant 1, right? It's under the miscellaneous category. I honestly can't even think of a time that I've used any of the other formant filters because they kind of fucking suck. So definitely formant 1's the way to go, and we can kind of leave it like this for now. I did some modulations, which I'll kind of get into later, but resonance, I think 34 is the default, and just make sure it's, assigned to A and B. Perfect. So now we move on to the effects here. So for the effects, obviously we're going to want some hyper. I don't think really too much changed. We just got to mix a 25, and then over here 0, and then over down to the distortion here. Whoa, distortion is going to be soft clip, so throw that on there. And I just added decent bit of drive, high 60s or so, works for me. Then for the compressor here, definitely put it on the multiband, right? Never use the other one. Multiband always. All right. And then I just fucking cranked the ratio all the way up, and thresholds at half. And I think these other ones are kind of default. As I said before, just tune it to your liking. Don't follow this shit exact. It's just kind of a reference, right? Then the EQ, just to boost some highs. Kind of do whatever. Definitely some high end's good. Maybe some low end too. Feel it out. And then one of the most important ones is the ping pong delay here. So ping pong delay actually like widens the fuck out of it, so it should sound like this so far. Then without the ping pong, kind of get that presence, right? And you can add some reverb if you want. I'm not, just because I like to add it, kind of after the fact, right? And finally, I kind of made this one into a pluck, so I added a bit of a pluck here. So just made my own pluck with the LFO, and just kind of. So yes, but what really kind of gives this sound like the magic here is the macros and shit, right? So what you want to do for the macro is, I already did it over here, but as we can see, I pull up where the macro goes. So right here for the macro, you can see it. The mix level will go up and then cut right back down to 0, right? So the way you got to do that, super easy. Just throw on a macro, right? You can kind of treat it like any other modulation thing in Serum. So I'll put it at like 17, and then you can see it will jump up to 17 when it's hitting, and then drop right back down, right? So that can kind of be used to just clean up, your shit, just to make things just kind of flow a little bit better. And I don't know, these macros are cool. I got to use them more. And then the other thing, the kind of final thing that just kind of really brings the whole Yoi bass to life is this the note randomization here in the matrix. So the way you want to do that I'll just kind of do it here for you. So you're gonna want to select notes on random 1, right? And just crank that fucker all the way up. Then you're gonna want to put it on, obviously, the filter cutoff. And that's really basically it. So what that's gonna do is, if you take a look at the cutoff now, right, you can see it jump to different like cutoff areas, right? So it kind of makes the bass talk, if you will, right? So, thought it was pretty nifty and neat. So thought I'd add that, because I've seen it on some other basses, and like when I look in the matrix, there's all these random things that I never use. So, the more you know. So this just kind of gives the bass, the motion, right? So then it just kind of fits in a lot better, right? We're vibing with it, and yeah. So that is kind of my Yoi bass Pluck thing. So hope you enjoyed. If you did, rip a sub. I want to get them subs up, and yeah.